With some quick news and theorizing, all right?
Okay.
They begun filming for House of the Dragon Season 2. It has officially started. Nothing else is out about it except that piece of information.
Well, actually, they...
Really? There's more information?
I didn't mean to hit that nerd level. Well, actually.
Hold on, what else is out about it? That I missed,
They
apparently.
cut it down to 8 episodes. It's
Oh,
not
that's
going to be 10
right.
episodes.
That's right.
It's going to be 8 episodes so that they can get it out much quicker.
Which,
HBO Max is dead to me.
Think about it this way. Hold on.
higher quality episodes.
No, they understand that fan bases usually don't pick something up as quickly after 2 years have passed. So they want this next season to come out in a year. That's how Game of Thrones
shortening
work.
it?
That's how they feel what they have to do.
I've always
create
said
people excited about keep people excited about this series.
House of the
I'm
Dragon.
upset dance.
They're worried of the fall off the longer you wait. They don't care.
So
they don't
Jackson,
think like Martin.
I know he didn't make Game of Thrones. Peter Jackson made his Lord of the Rings. He took his time, and he said, I didn't have enough time.
He filmed all 3 at the same time and released them 1 year after the next.
But overall, he took the time to create them, and then they came out.
Up front.
Yes, up front, and then they came out.
Yeah.
They did not take as much time for the Hobbit movies, and ultimately that is my opinion why the Hobbit movies aren't as good, because
Okay, I think
they made them too
saying.
quick, and that ruined the movies in my opinion.
What you're
With
you're
animation
kind of right.
style, all of this.
You're kind
So,
of right. Warner Brothers wanted a lot of content in a short amount of time.
It doesn't matter if they're shortening the content, they still have to deliver a lot
Absolutely.
with that short content, so that's not going to fix the problem here.
But here's the thing. Game of Thrones, every year, new season. Yearly, new season.
But
Year by year. If you put 2 years in between, the interest drops off significantly.
I disagree because
It's a fact.
No,
It's a
Stranger
fact. There's
Things.
numbers.
Look at Stranger Things, the last season of Stranger Things. How many years between the seasons and the last season of Stranger Things? How many people were talking about it? They made so much money, and people were still watching Stranger Things.
Yeah, but
because-
Stranger Things was bigger than House
Is that
of the
camera
Dragon.
still rolling?
Oh no, it's not.
Okay.
How long has it not been rolling?
I have no idea, but probably just a few minutes.
Only like probably 10.
All right,
'cause
look,
it had
we're
about
finishing
20.
we're finishing this episode without your close up. So we're gonna go to the wide shot whenever you speak because we gotta finish this
let's
episode.
finish.
All right.
You guys keep talking about
let me-
agreeing and
let me
disagreeing.
let me just finish. The turnaround for a show like this, which isn't as big and famous as Stranger Things. Stranger Things has the staying power.
Right.
By season 3, it already had incredible mass amount of fans. This dropped off. There were significant years between the original Game of Thrones, which people were salty about, and this. This had to regather those fans, and now it has to keep those fans. It cannot have 2 years in between. Otherwise, you're going to lose those fans.
Yes, and then this is the last thing I'm gonna say, and we can end it.
To be fair, I have zero space to interject here because it will just send us into a whole nother space.
Maybe we should drop footage and then keep going.
No.
If I was not a fan of Game of Thrones at the beginning because I was too young when it was coming out.
Yeah.
And by the time the last seasons were coming out, like I think I joined season 6.
Mm-hmm.
By the time season 6 came out, I was old enough. If it is good enough, if season 2 is good enough to get new fans and you wait the time, then new fans will become old enough, they'll age up, and then you'll get newer fans.
But
it has to be good enough.
You're proving my point. There were 6 seasons that were done year after year, and when there started to be a 2-year gap between seasons, you were already a fan. There were already thousands and thousands and thousands of fans. There's not as many for this. They need that year between each before they can do a 2-year
I
thing.
wasn't a fan of
Also-
like season 1. I'm a fan of season 6. That's 6 years that they had.
Year after year. It's the same thing as Stranger Things. They've already established the fan base. This hasn't reestablished the fan base.
Look, you guys aren't going to agree on this.
No.
I'm saying, let's look at Rings of Power, which is going to be taking 2 years.
Right.
There weren't that many fans. Do you think they could have kept the fans that they had if they only had a year turnaround?
No, because
Probably.
it wasn't fans.
Probably.
I think they would have had more people on board. It's the same thing with
Yeah, but it's a different kind of fan.
But if you're just starting something out, you need 1 year turnaround. And I would agree. I would like 10 episodes.
I don't think they are because they're on the backs of Game of Thrones. They're on the back of Game of Thrones,
which has let people down in the past.
And a lot of people just decide not to do House of the Dragon.
There's still that seed of people did like Game of Thrones, though.
There is, but I don't think that is strong enough to keep people interested if this is taking 2 years.
Well, I don't disagree. I strongly disagree with that.
Well, listen, irregardless of what you two feel about it, for our YouTube channels, we need this to come out in a year, okay?
Yeah.
For our own views.
That
right?
I agree with.
Right.
There we go. Common ground. Also want to throw out another piece of fun news. There is potential that we are getting an Aegon the Conqueror series.
Interesting.
There are stirrings. And the internet, I think the internet's made this up, but the internet
Don't do that
are
motion,
like...
please.
Stirring.
So you got Henry Cavill, the biggest nerd, dropped out of The Witcher.
Mm-hmm.
They're not doing Superman.
Mm-hmm. Oh, you want him to come here?
There's been stirrings for a while
there has been,
that he's going to somehow get into the Westeros tales. All right,
I'd be okay with that.
I'd be okay with that.
happy
and
to
so
see
the
that.
internet, when this news came out, the internet's like,
Freaking Henry Cavill as Aegon the Conqueror.
So right off the bat, I would be like, no, because even with Matt, who plays Damon? Matt
Smith?
Smith, yes. I was like, no at first, but then I fell in love with him because he's such a good actor.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Henry Cavill's the same way. I'm like, no, that's going to be too mainstream. He's too much of a mainstream actor.
but if you get a mainstream actor to do,
But if he loves
a
the story
role.
and he respects it because he is a nerd, then I'd be like, yeah, actually he can.
Yeah.
Only because Matt Smith proved me wrong.
And I would say he would look good in this. And a lot of people say, "Oh, it looks too much like The Witcher." Well, The Witcher had his hair back a lot. If you did more of this look where he has like a headband
With a part?
around with a part, he'd look completely different.
yeah, and I don't even really care.
Yeah, I don't care. That
Yeah,
I want to see.
it would-
I want to
it would
see.
be interesting.
I want to see Henry Cavill Targaryen. Is what I want to see. You know what I'm saying?